Hey, Phantomaniacs, let me tell you something. Well, that was awful. That sounded more like Macho Man, and yet not at all like Macho Man. Anyway, today we are taking a look at the 40 years of Hulkamania anniversary WWE Elite Hulk Hogan box set. This is a Target exclusive. Depending on production quantities, it may someday end up as a Ross exclusive, but this is something that I really want. I'm just now noticing that one of the hands has come loose. It is in a very unfortunate spot in the box there. Sorry, Hulkster. We'll get that fixed. There we go. That's a little better. Oh, that's not better. Come on, brother. All right. Anyway, this is something that I had to have. I was a little Hulkamaniac when I was a kid. The thing that made me invest in and fall in love with professional wrestling was when King Kong Bundy, his dastardly attack on Hulk Hogan that led to the steel cage match at WrestleMania 2, which I didn't actually get to see until years later. As a kid, I just thought Hogan was crippled, like after that attack. Later on, I'm giving me a little doing a little camera adjustment here. Apologies. It is freezing down here in the Phantom Zone, and I had to move a lot of things. I've got my heater down here, and my I jacked up my camera mount when I was moving things around. Anyway, so I just, through the highs and the lows, I will always be something of a Hulkamaniac at heart, and this set catches three critical eras of Hogan. And correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, because unfortunately they don't outline what these looks are from. Obviously, this is a very early Hogan look. This is WCW and WO right at the beginning. After Bash at the Beach. And then this is Hulk Still Rules from 2002. So I believe what we're looking at here is a 1984, a 1990, late 97, early 98, maybe, and then a 2002. Maybe these are tied to specific events. Maybe they're mashed up. This one may be from when he beat Iron Sheik, but it could be later than that. But you notice he's wearing the baby blue and not the yellow and red. So this is very early on. But whatever the case, there's three significant eras of Hulk Hogan, and these two tans are pretty much the same, but this tan is different, and these are tan-wise perfect. Let's open it up and take a look at the set and see what we've got here. There's another thing that I'm very excited about that made this set a must-have. It's funny. It's kind of the biggest deal about any Hulk Hogan figure that Mattel has ever released. But I'll get to that in just a second. Very simple backdrop, which I'm good with because the figures themselves, the colors are great. They draw the eye. Like, you don't need a whole lot going on in the background, so just this simple Hulkamania is exactly what is needed. And I know I say this a lot. I might even use that as my thumbnail backdrop. We'll see. I don't know. All right, let's get this rogue hand out of here. Everything is neatly sectioned off. It looks like, and this is really impressive if true, I don't believe any tape was used. And I also, oh no, there are a couple little plastic tabby things, but not a ton. So let's get everything out of here and see what we're dealing with. These are in pretty iconic poses in the box. The one thing that baffles me a little bit, and I get budgeting, and I'm sure that's the reason, but the fact that they've got the NWO Hogan on the back of the package holding up the championship, and he does not come with the championship, is a little weird to me. All right, so 80s Hogan, or very early 80s Hogan. And it's funny, people, years ago, when Hogan had a WWE Legends deal and was under contract, and then did the incredibly stupid thing that he did. And I don't, well, this isn't really the place for it. You know, obviously, I don't know Hulk Hogan personally, but I think what happened was him being a big dumb idiot and not any deeper malicious intent than that. But WWE and Mattel both dropped him, understandably so, for a while. And he spent a few years trying to, I guess, make good or apologize acceptably. I don't know quite how you would look at what happened. And look, there's no way around it. It did happen, and it had a big effect on his career for a while. But when it happened, people were mad at Mattel for, why didn't you make more Hogan figures? Why didn't we get more eras of Hogan? You had the license, and you just didn't make enough Hogans. And now Mattel has produced, I kid you not, like 30 Hogans over the past couple of years. I mean, a ton. And I have more of them than I thought I would want. Because, I mean, how many Hogans do you need? But the answer is more than you think if you're interested in representing significant different eras of Hogan on your shelf. Because I better keep these hands separated. Because there is not really a way to have a definitive Hogan. Like, if you could only have one Hogan, I think most people would probably choose the late 80s yellow and red, right? That's probably the most iconic Hogan. But he really did have such significant differences in his personality and his look. And the fact that he, whether we liked it or not at the time, which by 2002, I was kind of like, come on, Hogan. But now, looking back at 2002, not only was he relevant, but he did some really entertaining, worthwhile stuff that was good for business, that was good for the WWE, that was good for, think about the winning the tag team titles with Edge. Like, that was huge for Edge. That was a good thing for Edge. The whole Mr. America thing, which I still need that figure. I don't know what happened there. All right, let's put Hulk Still Rules to the side. We'll throw Hollywood over here for the moment. We're going to take a look at... Now, I know this is from a very specific image. First, let's get this championship off of here, and I will point out what I think... I don't know what's more significant. The tans, or the fact that for the first time, Mattel has produced Hulk Hogan shirts that don't have that horrible, stupid Velcro down the front. Now, they've given you the option, which is fine. I don't mind the option of this shirt. But there's just no way around it. This looks awful. I get people want to be able to do the tear open Hulk, signature Hulk Hogan move, and that's great, and it's fine. But when this is the only shirt that comes with a Hulk figure, it's on your shelf looking dumb always. So I am thrilled that we've got just regular shirts without that tear. You've got the slits in the back, which is 100% accurate and looks great. I love it. These shirts are really high quality. This is good stuff. The way that they're stitched and everything about them, they look great. He's got the blue trunks. Got the great tan, and this is more the hot dog tan than the later sort of brown tan that he gets in the late 90s as Hollywood. He's got the nice big knee pad, which I just noticed paint on the knee pads. I'm also messing with my lighting here. I'm trying to determine what is the best lighting to see the color. Yeah, you can really tell on this one. So he's actually got paint. I always like how Mattel has really gotten the laces and the soles of the boots. They just look great. Now, I wish they would adopt modern articulation on these and get rid of this terrible, well, it's not terrible, but just this inferior rocker joint. This is so 2012. So get rid of that, adopt a modern ankle articulation on this, and get rid of the cut joint at the waist. Like, that's got to go too. If Mattel could evolve to take care of those two things, they would have the best action figures on the market. Now, these are elites. These are not ultimates, which is fine with me. I don't need everything to be an ultimate. As a matter of fact, I don't need most things to be ultimates. You can see he's got the different mustache. It's a little lighter colored. It's a little more natural looking. Still the bleach blonde hair, but he's got the headband clutched in his teeth. There's an iconic photo that this is from. The seam right here where his hair is not the best. I mean, this is my copy. I'm going to assume they don't all look like that, but also it's fine. I'm not going to notice. Honestly, with the naked eye, I can't even see this gap right here, really. It's funny how much stuff shows up on camera that just I don't even really see in person. Double jointed elbows, and Mattel has gotten really good with tolerances here. I rarely do I get any kind of stuck joints anymore. Double jointed knees that move. You can slide the knee pads around and get whatever you want out of those. This is a great looking figure, and it's a different Hulk Hogan with the baby blue and the red. It's not his signature red and yellow, but it's a cool different Hogan, which I like. He's got alternate hands. He's got a couple of C grips. He's got pointers. Of course, the defaults are fists for punching. And then he comes with the heavyweight championship, which, I don't even know which belt this is. I don't know if this is what they changed it to after he beat the Iron Sheik. You'll notice it's a it's the retro WW logo rather than a WWF because they don't use that. Looks good though. I still I'm missing a side plate. I don't know if that is in the package that I just threw on the floor or if it's not in there at all. I'm going to have to poke around and look around for that. So be aware, you might be missing a side plate and not even realize it until you put the thing on camera. But the plates on Mattel's belts look great. Like all the painted detail and everything is fantastic. I still I despise the system they use for fastening them. Now, it's not terrible when you've got it on the figure and you're just seeing this from the front, but this looks awful. And we'll get into why in a minute. So here is our WCW Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Now, we got an ultimate of WCW Hollywood Hulk Hogan, but it was later Hulk. This is earlier, and to me, this is a far more iconic look. This is when I hear Voodoo Child, this is the Hogan. Look at the deco on those boots. Just absolutely nuts. When I hear Voodoo Child, this is the Hogan that I picture coming out. Great deco on the tights. This is where the money is. For this set, and this is the one that I specifically collect WCW figures, so this is the one. Got the Hollywood Rules shirt, cut, the old NWO cut. I mean, that's how I think of it. I don't know. I'm sure it was done before and certainly has been done since, but I just think of this as the NWO shirt cut. But that tan, let's compare the tans here. You can see this is a young Hogan tan, and this is that leathery brown old Hogan tan. Got the gloves are actually sculpted. Got nice seams and everything going on with those. The open knuckles look great. Got the removable headband. Oh, I didn't mention, got the male pattern starting with the young Hulkster. Full on. Oh, he's got his sunglasses strapped on with that little rubber band. I am going to keep that little rubber band because I don't want to take a chance on losing that. Because these are pretty rubbery. I don't know how well they're going to stick on the face. They might tuck under the do-rag. We'll see. Older Hulkster face. Got the beard sculpted and painted. The bleached mustache. The bleached skullet. This is great. This one is the one. Like, I like the other two figures. This is the one that I was like, well, I have to buy that set. Even if I end up flipping the other two figures, this Hogan is a must have for me. So the sunglasses look pretty good. They're really, really soft. I don't know how, let's see how well they stay on without that rubber band holding them in place. Hopefully they will tuck under. Oh, let's take a closer look at. There's the do-rag. This is actually a different piece. Got the Hollywood on the front. It's got the long, tied in the back. Looks good. So actually, let's put that on first. Yeah, okay, so the sunglasses. Look at how good that looks. Man. So the sunglasses should tuck under there, and it may take a little more effort to get it done. Then I'm going to sit here and make you guys watch. Yeah, that's going to be kind of a process. So I'll be photographing the thumbnail after I do this review. So you'll see. Just take a closer look. Oh wait, I got it. There you go. They kind of tuck. The arms just tuck under the sides of the do-rag. I can probably get them in a little better than that, but there you go. Just for the sake of moving on, that's how that looks. But hang on to your rubber band just in case. And then finally, 2002, Hulk Still Rules. Hulk came back to WWE and tried to. Oh, forgot to mention, got the two sweet hands with the gloves. These might be what I put on the shelf. I'm not sure. Okay, so Hulkster came back, WrestleMania 18, big giant match against The Rock. People did not want to boo Hogan, and it's one of the greatest matches of all time. It can't even be disputed. And then Hulk came back with the red and yellow brother, and he came back. He added the Hollywood-style feather boas, which if you look, this is two pieces, but they've molded them together at the back, which I appreciate because I do not need this to actually be two separate pieces. But the sculpting looks great. We've seen these before, but I mean they look good. I would rather have this than soft goods because soft goods feathers like this are just never going to look good. Got happy older hero Hogan. Look at that. Also got the sculpted and painted stubble. I've got a little smudge in the mustache on mine. Not great, but not horrible. You see the skullet's a little different. And he's got, and this is where my hatred of those belts comes in, is when they use that same method for weight belts. I mean, that is disgusting. It's too much of a reaction to be talking about a toy, but it turns my stomach to look at this great figure and see this just hideousness on the front of this weight belt. The Hollywood on the back of the weight belt, The font looks good. I don't know if it's right, but it looks good. Like, it meets my memory, which is how I judge things. I don't tend to... I'll go look up pictures to see how I want to pose these on the shelf, but I don't often look pictures up to make sure, like, their boots look right or anything. If it's according to my memory, if it looks like it's supposed to look, I'm happy. Let's go ahead and get the weight belt off. Ugh, I hate these pegs so much. And especially, like, if you got to do them on the championships, whatever. But on this, when they're in the front, come up with something else, Mattel. It's just horrible. And he has to have it. This Hogan has to have the weight belt, so you can't just leave it off. Maybe somebody out there is making weight belts, and I can buy a aftermarket weight belt. So he's got the Great Hulk Still Rules shirt. Looks awesome. Got the slits cut in the back. And then you've also got the optional tearaway shirt that looks, awful. But if you want him posed tearing his shirt open, this is the way to go. Got the tie-dyed tights. Looks good. Boots with Hogan. I mean, this is great. It makes me happy because he deserved this comeback. He really did. And WWE made a big deal of it. They capitalized on it. They did everything that they should have done for this Hogan comeback. And he's got the knee pads, which makes the legs look a little bit thicker, a little bit better. It looks great. It looks exactly like it needs to look. We've also got a couple of C grips and the Hogan hand to ear hands, as it were. So you can get whatever Hogan must poses you need out of that. Same do-rag, but there's no reason it wouldn't be, because this was kind of an amalgamation of the looks of Hollywood and classic Hulkster. So there you go. A heck of a set to celebrate 40 years. Is it 40th anniversary or 40 years? I think it's 40 years of Hulkamania. I think these are great. Also the price I felt was very reasonable. I think this goes for about $65. Which is less than the price of 3 Elites right now. Not much less, but a little less. And then look, for box sets like this, these companies like to gouge. So this could have easily been a $75 set, and it wasn't. So there you go. There are your Hulksters. If you are a Hulkamaniac, I think this is a kind of thing that you're going to want to have on the shelf, the different eras of Hulkamania. I enjoy it. I'm happy with it. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things. And until next time, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and work hard, little dudes.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.